Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today we're going to be talking about Arionne Curry on the set of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're talking about the fact that she had the audacity to drag Sunni Minx and basically also brought Carlos into the mix. Arian is also defending her man. Okay, I don't know when she will stop defending Martel because Martel don't be out here defending her, but we're going to talk about it. If you're new to this channel, I do commentary on reality TV shows like Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Potomac, of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, and so many different shows. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications if you want to hear me talk about shows, reality TV stars, and celebrity news. Okay, and everyone, please like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. All of these things are free ways to support the channel and to support other YouTube content creators. Now let's get into today's video. So there's been a recording exposed by a blogger where Arian talks about different cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville. She also defends her man by saying the reason she feels like he acts the way he acts. Remember, we've always said on this channel that Martel acts unhinged and completely crazy, and it's surprising that he's still being allowed to be on the show. Well, she is basically trying to make it seem that the reason that he is acting unhinged and out of control is because production made him film scenes over and over again to make him act that way. I'm like, that's a bit convenient. Don't get me wrong. I know that production can always ask for certain scenes to be refilmed. Absolutely. But I don't think that is why he acts the way he acts. I can understand you being tired because you're being asked to film something over and over again. I can understand being frustrated because you have to film something over and over again. But that does not explain the anger we see from Martell Holt. That does not explain how wild he gets, how out of order he gets. It doesn't explain it at all. It's like this man goes to hell, does 100% of being unhinged, always acts like a lunatic, in my opinion. And then someone is out here saying, oh, it's because he's been asked to film the scenes over and over again. If he's filming with people and they're asking him to film the scenes over and over again, then the other people are in the same situation. Why are they not acting unhinged? Why are they not acting like lunatics? Why is it only Martel who is behaving in that way? If it is only Martel that is behaving in that way and multiple people are experiencing that, then that means he doesn't know how to deal with pressure. That means that he has problems. That means that it is amplifying what is actually within him. So, which means he is deep within himself, unhinged. And the so-called pressure is bringing it out, if we're to believe what she's saying. Now, I don't believe it personally that is actually the truth, that he's been forced to film scenes over and over again. I don't believe that. I actually just think that he's using it as an excuse and selling it to Coleslaw because he knows he can sell her anything. I feel like Coleslaw is one of those people where Martel can come home and say, I know I said I love Melody, but what they didn't show is I said I love her as a friend. I said I love her as the mother of my children. And I feel like she would buy it completely because she is obsessed with being with Martel. I feel like she may be one of those people who feel like, I've spent so many years with this man. What am I going to do? Can I really go out and live on my own? Because this man has called you a peasant. This man has denied dating you, being in a relationship with you. This man has claimed to be a single man all these years. Yet you are stood by him. He even came out with Sheree when you and him were still messing together, yet you are still with him. So I don't really know what it will have to take, that Martel will have to do for Arian to leave him. At this point also, I feel like Arian is always talking to bloggers because she wants the information to be exposed to the public. Remember when Original Straight No Chaser used to come out on YouTube and play the recordings? I used to always wonder, how are you friends with a blogger that you know does content in this sphere, and you think that she's not going to, or he or she is not going to release it at some point, they will release it. This is business for them. And so I've always felt like it is a tactic. Let's say she fell for Original Straight No Chaser. What about AL now? She knows exactly what she's doing. It is a bid, in my opinion, to put the information out there. She just wants to put it out there, and that's exactly what she's doing. She also said, allegedly, that while she was on set, Sunni Minx was out there complimenting her about her looks, talking about she looks good, she looks pretty. I think something about being pretty in person. I do think, what I think is more interesting in the fact that Sunni allegedly said she's pretty. The bit that I'm concerned about is the fact that she was on the set of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not surprised, if I'm being honest. You guys know we've speculated for years about Arian coming on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we've speculated, there have been so many rumors over the years about her coming, about her wanting to be on the show. Even she has alluded to wanting to be on the show. She was always constantly talking about people trying to use her likeness. And so I just think that it is interesting to say that she is confirming that she was on the set of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, she doesn't really go into detail of what that looked like, and I wish she had gone into a little bit more detail, because it would be interesting to know who exactly did she film with, who was it just a scene with Martel and it didn't make the cut, or was there more? And I wonder if that was after. Remember, Martel went on a rant, and I covered it on this channel where I said Martel went on a rant to Carlos King, talking about film my life or don't film me at all, film my real life or don't film me at all, something along those lines, where he basically alluded to them being actors. I wonder if the scene that Arian filmed was in response to that. Now, it's either that or it was when Sunni was a producer. So I know that Sunni has responded on it, and I'll cover that in a new video, but I have not caught up on that yet. But whatever the case may be, I feel like it clearly wasn't interesting enough, because we have not seen it on the season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So it didn't make the cut, baby. Arian also alludes to trying to file harassment charges against Marceau after the field day event. Do you remember the field day event where Marceau and Martel were getting into it? And Martel allegedly told Arian that Marceau was chatting crap about her. But I guess production edited it out. Production probably did not want the smoke with Arian, so they're just like, yeah, we don't want this. Let's just edit it out. I don't know what it is that was said between that Marceau said about Arian, because at least they didn't film it. But I also feel like, I'm not being funny, if Martel goes after Tisha, and I feel like Marceau is allowed to go after Arian, because that's the only person they know Martel with. Mel ain't checking for Martel. So of course, I'm not being funny. If you go after my girl, I'm going to defend her and go after you as well. That's just basic maths. I also think it's interesting that Arian says a lot of things I feel like Martel feeds her, and she repeats it all of the time. She also alludes to Carlos protecting Mel. If not, he would have filmed with Arian a long time ago. And well, I guess if that is the case, Carlos no longer wants to protect Mel, because now he wants to film with Arian. So I guess that protection is over. But I don't think Melody cares. I feel like even if Arian comes on the show, if Melody chooses not to leave the show, I don't think she cares, because that doesn't mean that Arian is going to be in group activities. She can choose not to show up to things that Arian is at. So the producers would have to do work overtime to make sure that Arian is not in the same space with Melody. So why is that going to be good for the show anyway? Besides, the bit that bothers me is that Arian doesn't have anything further to say. Everything that needs to be said about the relationship with Martel is done. I don't think that we need to go back and revisit it. I don't think we need to go back and have those conversations. I'm over the relationship with Melody and Martel and Arian. I feel like it's done, donezo. Nobody cares about it. Nobody wants to know anything else. We know enough. We know that Martel cheated, had a side baby. That is all we need to know. And we done moved on from that. But Martel keeps doing terrible things to his ex-wife. And that is the only reason we're still talking about them in that way. But when it comes to what transpired during their relationship, we do not care. Time has moved on. Everyone needs to move on as well, including Arian. I feel like Arian is stuck in a loop and she is not moving on when she really needs to move on and get over it. I think what is a bit confusing about just the whole thing is Arian says one thing, she defends her man Martel, but in the same vein also talks smack about him. Because it's also given she is out here trying to big Melody up for having multiple streams of income when Martel can't even get anything off the ground. So it's like, okay, what are you doing here? Like, are you Team Mel now? And it's like you're wishing her all the best and all that kind of stuff. It's just very weird, in my opinion. I think that Arian really needs some mental help, in my opinion. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I did do psychology for 2 years at some point, but I'm not a psychologist, okay? Not qualified. However, from outside looking in, I feel like the obsession with this woman is real. I feel like she says one thing negative about this woman. She repeats things that Martel tells her like it's facts when Martel is a known liar. He's lied about so many things and can be verified. Yet you continue to believe everything that Martel says and takes it as gospel. Whereas, especially when it comes to Melody, right? You take everything Martel says about Melody as gospel, like you heard it from Melody herself. And I think that is very disgusting. And I feel like she has no boundaries, because it's one thing for, let's be honest, Martel has no benefit to tell you the truth about his ex-wife when he knows that all he needs to do is feed you certain information and you will go around singing and telling everyone who cares to listen. Martel knows you. Martel knows that you are a good mouthpiece. That is why he still keeps you around, because he knows if he needs anyone to do his dirty work, you will get right there in the gutter and do it, in my opinion. Just before I close out, everything I said in this video and everything that is on this channel is alleged, in my opinion only, for entertainment purposes. There's no way to verify any of the facts. It's just, think about it as fiction at this point. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let's continue the conversation in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.